All right. Ah, it's allergy season. Good morning, beloveds. Okay. All right. Good morning, beloveds. Let me try that again. Okay, I got this. It is allergy season. I'm sneezing my head off. Oh, all right. Oh, it's a little bit of confusing morning. It's a whole lot colder than I was expecting it to be, but that's a good thing. And then apparently there was a fire at the Texas Renaissance Festival again, because we had one last year that burned 3 booths down, and there's confusing and conflicting reports about what's going on now. So the one thing we do know is there is no loss of life, so that is a good thing. No one was hurt. It happened at 12 o'clock at night, and nobody's there. So and it appears to be, it didn't spread. So far, I'm seeing reports about 2 structures that were damaged. So we'll find more out. So have a prayer thought for the Texas Renaissance Festival, because wow, yeah. Okay. It is November 23rd. Our title is My Word Does Accomplish. And the quote is, the first step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good thought paradise. The second step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good word paradise. The third step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good deed paradise. And that is from the Zend Avesta. Since thought is a definite, dynamic, creative, consciously directed, and intelligent energy, then I know that a thought of truth will definitely neutralize a negative argument. I am on guard to protect my own word by knowing that it is the activity of spirit through me, and as such cannot be denied. In effective prayer, I realize that a power greater than I am consciously acts with creative intelligence upon my word. In this way, I free myself from a sense of personal responsibility, while at the same time remaining aware that even spiritual laws must be definitely used if they are to provide tangible results in my experience. Believing that there is one divine intelligence that governs everything, I affirm that this intelligence is acting in my mind, causing me to know what is best and to do what is best. I open my mind to new thoughts, new ideas, and I know that as I do this, new experience shall come to me. I seek to believe with absolute conviction that my word will not return unto me void, and I do this when I realize that spiritual laws execute themselves, just as do other laws of nature. I know that my word penetrates every unbelief in my mind, casts out all fear, removes all doubt, clears away every obstacle, and permits that which is enduring, perfect, and true to be perceived by my mind. I provide faith, acceptance, and a joyous expectancy that all the statements that I make in my prayers or treatments are not only true, but that they will be carried out as I have spoken. As my work is done with this sense of reliance upon the law of good, I know that my word shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that whereunto it is sent. We are definitely doing treatments in this one. He said something early up. I realize that a power greater than I am consciously acts with creative intelligence upon my word. In this way, I free myself from a sense of personal responsibility. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So, we talk a lot about not thy will, but not my will, but thine. Not my will, but thine. And I think that this is kind of the answer to that. Because in some ways, when you hear not my will, but thine, it takes a little bit away from our promise of free will. So when we say not my will, but thine, it, it's like, but wait, weren't we born with free will? Aren't we allowed to make our own choices? Yes, absolutely, we are definitely allowed to make our own choices. That is the essence of free will. But if you just heard that sentence, that kind of is where that goes away, because it means that the power that is acting upon my word isn't coming from me. I don't have to white knuckle this. I don't have to white knuckle. So whatever it is that I am treating for, if I am treating for it in alignment with God, with spirit, in the alignment of peace, of harmony, of joy, of creativity, of harming none, of benefiting, all, then the power that is doing it isn't mine. It isn't coming from me. It is coming through me, but not from me. And that's the difference. I'm not exhausting myself to do this. So not my will, but thine has nothing to do with fate, nothing to do with what I'm supposed to be doing. What it means is the willpower to do it isn't coming from me. It isn't coming from me. It is coming through me. And it is coming from an absolutely inexhaustible source that has all of the power necessary to accomplish what it is that I am praying for, treating for, whatever word you want to use. It's coming through me. Not my will, but thine. So when I treat for something, it's not my power. It's not my power I'm using. I'm a channel for the power. But I don't have to create the power. I don't have to sustain the power. All I have to do is be willing to allow it to flow through me. Not my will, but thine. It's an interesting idea to think about, and I'm going to write it down when I get off of this, because I've had some of those revelations lately in doing this with the spiritual practice. It's like, well, if God knows what I want before I ask for it, why do I have to ask for it? Why doesn't God just give it to me? Well, because until I ask for it, I'm not ready to accept it. So today I'm learning not thy will but mine, or not my will but thine, is about the power that I am using to act. The power that is acting on my word isn't mine. It's not my willpower. It's coming through me, not from me. And I know that because I've said it before, but it was just like today the light bulb's going, oh, that's what that phrase means. It's like when you start to dig into these things and you start to see, well, Jesus said, turn the other cheek, because you want to be looking at the solution, not the problem. Not thy will, not my will, but thine has nothing to do with taking away our choices. It has to do with understanding that the power to do this isn't coming from us. And knowing why we have to ask. It's just, Every now and again, my brain is really working. Today's a good day. Today's a good day. We're working that. We're working that. All right. So, and I do not know the Zend Avesta. So if you want to look that up, it's literally ZEND -AVESTA. So my word does accomplish. The first step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good thought paradise. The second step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good word paradise. The third step that the soul of the faithful man made placed him in the good deed paradise. So we start thinking good thoughts, and then we start saying good things. We start praying good things, and then good things happen. So, since thought is a definite, dynamic, creative, consciously directed, and intelligent energy, then I know that a thought of truth will definitely neutralize a negative argument. So And that's how we deal with conditions. Because when we walk into negative conditions, we know the truth behind them. We know that this isn't how it has to be. That we can affect it, that we can change it, and that the power to do so doesn't have to come from us. It does come through us. So we are important to the equation, but that inexhaustible power is not coming from us. So when we walk into a situation and go, it's too much for me to handle, that's okay. Because it isn't ours to handle. It isn't ours to handle. It is ours to affect, but the power doesn't come from us. It comes through us. And we may not be the only person involved in the situation. There will be others who will walk into the situation as well. So when you walk into a situation, don't think you're the only one who has to change it. All right? There will be other people who will come in and they are there to support. We don't always know each other. We don't always recognize each other. But don't ever think it's all you, because it's never all you. The power will always come through you, not from you. I am on guard to protect my own word by knowing that it is the activity of spirit through me, and as such cannot be denied. When I speak my word in alignment with spirit, it cannot be denied. It may not come the way I expect, and it may not come when I expect, but it will come. It cannot be denied. In effective prayer, I realize that a power greater than I am consciously acts with creative intelligence upon my word. And that right there, that is one of the sentences, like I would tattoo this sentence on my forehead so I could see it every day. Not really, but you know what I mean. I realize that a power greater than I am consciously acts with creative intelligence upon my word. Now, it is my responsibility to consciously use my words, and then to know that the power is also conscious and consciously acts on that. In this way, I free myself from a sense of personal responsibility, which that means that anytime you are asked to treat for another, you understand, and that's something that practitioners have to learn, because as practitioners, people come to us to ask us to treat for them, but we're not the ones doing the work. We are the ones holding the space, and we are the ones speaking the words to activate the power to flow. But we're not the ones doing the healing, the fixing, the whatever it is that somebody has come to us for treatment for. We're not the ones doing it. We're the ones activating it. But we're not the ones doing it. And so that, there it is. That's the lesson that practitioners have to learn. And that's the lesson that practitioners have to remind themselves of. And same with anybody. If you love somebody and you want to help and to fix, it's not your personal responsibility to do that. It is your responsibility to be there and to do what you can. But the power to do it, that's coming from somewhere else. And it's coming because it's coming through you. That's where your responsibility lies. To be there so that the power can come through you. But you're not the one doing it. It's coming through you. All right. While at the same time remaining aware that even spiritual laws must be definitely used. That's our responsibility. To definitely use them. To be willing to be the channel. And to speak our word. And to speak our word in alignment. If they are to provide tangible results in our experience. So, definitely used. Believing that there is one divine intelligence that governs everything, I affirm that this intelligence is acting in my mind, causing me to know what is best to do, causing me to know what is best and to do what is best. It means that I'm open to the guidance. If I'm going to be a channel for this inexhaustible power, then I've got to be willing to listen to how it can be used. I hesitate to the word should. I hesitate to use the word should. I've got to listen to the guidance to how it can be used. That is my responsibility. That is our responsibility. I open my mind to new thoughts, new ideas. And I know that as I do this, new experience will come to me. It can't help but because I'm listening to my inner GPS, my inner God power system. I should not create those on the fly. Not one of my best skill sets. I seek to believe with absolute conviction that my word will not return unto me void. And I do this when I realize that spiritual laws execute themselves, just as do other laws of nature. The law of gravity never fails. So if I am in alignment with spirit, then the law will never fail me. It may return results that look completely different from what I expect, and that's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Because I don't get to say how. I say what, not how. So spirit can have all of those infinite variety of creative ways to bring me what it is that I ask for. I just have to be willing to accept that, hey, it's coming. And be open to the wonderful and wild ways that spirit can return my return my word unto me. I seek to believe with absolute conviction that my word will not return unto me void. And I do this when I realize, that's the line I just did. I know that my word penetrates every unbelief in my mind, casts out all fear and removes all doubt, clears away all obstacles, and permits that which is enduring, perfect, and true to be perceived by my mind. So when I am struggling to believe, then I speak my word to believe. And then I'm open to the guidance. I provide faith, acceptance, and a joyous expectancy. That's our job. To provide faith, which is trust plus imagination. Acceptance, willingness. If I'm going to ask for it to happen, I got to be willing. I got to be willing to accept it. And a joyous expectancy, which means I'm looking for it. Because you can't treat and then not look for the signs. You know, there's a balance in being, sitting at the window and watching for something to happen and getting on with your life, but paying attention so that as things start to happen, you are aware. That all the statements that I make in my prayers and treatments are not only true, but they will be carried out as I have spoken. As my work is done with this sense of reliance upon the law of good, I know that my word shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that whereunto it is sent. All right, so our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to provide faith, acceptance, and a joyous expectancy, no matter what we are treating for. It doesn't matter how big or small the treatment is. That's our job. Our job. Because we are channels to something so much greater than we are. Because we were made by that. And we were made by that of that. So we all carry that divine spark, which means we all carry the right to use it. All carry it within us. We all carry it within us. We are beloved children of God. We are made by spirit, of spirit. We are co-creators in our experiences, and we are divine channels to that energy. So when we provide the faith, the acceptance, and the joyous expectancy, it can't help but happen. All right, I'm very excited this morning. That was really good. Okay, so, and as always, so I told you the mission for today, should we choose to accept it. And then I'm also going to tell you, as I always do, suggest to you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like, whatever it is. Be it a small 3 deep breaths before you say something, especially if you're going to say something to yourself, or, taking an entire day and doing what it is that you need to take care of yourself. And that can vary wildly from doing some deep cleaning to taking a nap. I'm a big believer in naps. I love naps. They're fantastic. I don't have as much time for napping as I would like, but hey, I'm working on that. So, because I went to bed a little early last night and got a good night's sleep, and I feel so much better. All right. So, loving, kind, compassion. Please do it every day. It is a spiritual practice, and it is about setting a habit, setting a first response, so that no matter what happens around you, your response can be loving, kind, and compassion with yourself and with others, to create a bank so that when you need it, you got it. I really would like it to become your default setting, your first response. If we could all respond with love, with kindness, and with compassion, no matter what happens, first, the world's a better place. The world's a better place. And I'm an advocate for that. So, all right, beloveds. I'm also going to encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. We debated on the bike ride. It was too cold. We went for a walk. It's good. And then go get that face full of sun. Drink plenty of water. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us. It is about the willingness to look for the good and to praise it, as Emma tells us. Because the more you look, the more you see, the more you see, the more there is. It's just the way it works. Good has this uncanny way of multiplying itself when we look for it. That's why gratitude practice is so powerful. So powerful. All right, beloveds. I also would like to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a wonderful day, a stupendous day, a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day. I know, I just like the word. An enchanting day, a stunning day, an amazing day, a fabulous day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. That is enough. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. It is a state of grace, and nothing can change that. Nothing can change that. You carry that divine spark within you. Go within. Feel that love. Feel the love of the divine surround you. Feel the love of the divine hold you. And feel it flow through you, out into your environment, smoothing the way around you. All right, beloveds. It's Tuesday. I don't know that there's necessarily anything going on. I do want to remind you that we will have a Thanksgiving Eve gratitude service, which is basically open mic night for you to come and tell us whatever you're grateful for. And we will do it in person and on Zoom. It will not be on Facebook Live because people can share some pretty personal things, and so we don't want to put that out for everybody to see. It also won't be recorded, so there'll be that. So if you want to join us for that, please do. And if you want to know anything else going on, email info@creativelife.org and check us out. Check us out. Get on that mailing list. You'll get all the good stuff, and you can get the links to any of the book studies or anything else that's going on. And feel free to check us out on all the social medias. I am the Running Rev Ryan. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on which thing you're on. So, know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.